Welcome back. Now, the Indian women's cricket team faces probably the biggest game of their lives as their dream of lifting a maiden world title in history on home soil will face a test like no other as they take on Australia in front of what is expected to be a sold-out house at Navi Mumbai's DY Patil Stadium. Australia ended the league stage unbeaten with 6 wins and 1 washed-out game, apart from the fixture between these two sides, where the defending champions won by 3 wickets in a high-scoring thriller at Visakhapatnam. Australia registered one-sided wins in all their games and have looked red-hot favourites to win the competition. In fact, Australia won the 2022 edition without losing a game and is unbeaten in the competition for 8 years and on a 15-match run without defeat. However, their last defeat came against India, also at the same final stage in 2017, when the women in blue defeated them by 36 runs at Derbies in the game remembered for Harmanpreet Kaur's 171. All right, viewers, so we're going to give you an in-depth analysis of that. Now, as you can see, India versus Australia, a look at statistics in the ODI cricket. Now, matches played 60, of course, and Australia won 49, India won 11. So that's an overview of the look at the statistics. And can we have the next slide? All right, so that is key insights. Now, of course, Australia has won 8 of 10 World Cup encounters, and the highest team total for India has been 350 by 6, and the highest team total for Australia has been 338 by 5. So, viewers, Australia, of course, has won 8 out of 10 World Cup encounters, which is a big feat in itself. Now, top wicket takers is what we're looking at. Jhulan Goswami at 40 plus and LSA Perry at 50 plus. So, that is the comparison between the two players, and they are the top wicket takers. And now, of course, the last 5 ODIs, India won at 1 and Australia won at 4. So, that is, of course, the image also of that moment, and those are the last 5 ODIs. All right, viewers, so now we are going to now let's take a look at, of course, now we're going to be speaking to Sunil Yash Kalra, cricket scholar. Sunil, your opening comments on what we've just shared with our viewers.
Well, it's a very distressing sight, I must say, if you're an Indian fan, because Australia seems to have a no holds barred kind of a thing. Remember the same Australia which was there in the mid 2000 and that the men's team, they were invincible. I mean, they would walk into any tournament and they would win it. I think that's what the gap between the first and suddenly the second, third, fourth team have combined together. So there is no clear second, but there is a cluster of second team, which is your South Africa, England, India and New Zealand. They've been all clustered together as number 2. Anyone can come in and become the finalist, but there's going to be only one clear winner according to our stats, and that's Australia by 63% as compared to the rest of the other 3 teams. Yes.
Strategy that Australia is employing for its big wins?
Well, I don't know if that's for me or for Mr. Madanlal, who's a World Cup 1983 panelist on Cricket Predictor with us. Is it directed to me or to Mr.
Yes,
Madanlal?
Sunil, it is directed to you, my question.
All right.
Yes.
Well, the strategy is simple. I mean, they don't leak runs. They take the half chances. If I were to tell you the headline of the tournament is that half chances they don't miss out on. And Indians are pretty dismal in that performance. I mean, when I compare the stats, India has lost 13 catches in this entire tournament, which is quite a big number when you look at the overall size and the breadth of it. So yeah, they convert the half chances. They run their second runs fast. If you see that actual running between the wickets, the tours have been taken as the most number of times as compared to all the other, 8 other teams and 10 other teams put together. They've got statistically faster rate of converting ones into twos. So yeah, they cover that bases well. Yes.
All right, and now, of course, my question is to Madan Lal, former Indian cricketer. Uh, Now, Mr. Madan Lal, of course, in the Indian women's cricket team is facing the biggest game of their lives, and of course, there's a lot of pressure there. Your comments, your opening comments. Mr. Madan Lal, we cannot hear you. If you can unmute yourself so we can hear you better.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
there is going to be a lot of pressure on the Indian women's team because Australia is a clear favorite because they've done so well. They won the World Cup for a number of times. But it's a final game, mind you. It's anybody game, it's not it's the day game. Whoever that take the pressure and whoever the team perform well at the critical moment, that team is going to be champion. And I know one or two things which I covered Indian women one game against Australia when Australia scored 330 odd run and they Indians scored and they chased it. There is a couple of things they have to sort it out. Their bowling they have to sort it out because they were bowling one or two only good ball and three or four ball bad ball. It's not going to happen like this. You have to bowl the very consistent line of length and get the wickets. But batting wise, I'm not worried that much. If Indian women team can score the 330 runs, why not today? They can do it. They can. But the bowling and the fielding is the main areas. But and other side, if you look at Australian, they're a very athletic team. Like Sunil said, they run between the wickets very well. All these things which matters in the finals. Sometimes you don't get the ball, to hit the ball. But at the same time, you get a lot of pressure. But if you play with the singles and doubles, you can rotate the scoreboard. But one thing I tell you, if India wins the toss, they should bat because it's a final game and the pressure. Look at yesterday. Yesterday, South Africa, how many runs they score? They score 320 runs. And England won the toss and put the South African bat first. So it's going to be like, and other thing, I would like to say that Harmanpreet Kaur has to control the game. He doesn't have to get angry with the players because it's a final game. Everybody is trying harder. But the thing is, calm yourself down and read the situation and then go on to win the things. I'm sure if they win today, and they will going to win the World Cup also.
Madan Lal Sahab, Sunil here. I'm going to just ask you a very statistical question, and which I know you are a stickler as a coach to the fielding. India has dropped, I beg your pardon, 16 catches in the tournament, 8 easy and 8 moderate. So the weak fielders are Sri Charani, Richa Ghosh, Kranti Gaur. But the fielding coach, Manish Bali, do you think he'll have some problem and Amol Muzumdar will try to do something because losing 16 catches in 5-6 matches is a big number. Do you think? Would you agree if you were a coach, you would take the players to
because that is too many catches. You cannot win like this. Even I tell you, if you in the final, if you drop one or two catch, you're going to lose it because it's a final game. But you have to same thing. I'm telling you, they have to handle the pressure. Manish Bali, it's their job. They have to do the job. They must make sure that they feel well. They're paid for the job and all everything. But I don't know why they drop so many catches. The fielding is the only thing where you can excel on your own. You don't need a better or bowler. But as an individual, you can always improve your fielding. But today They should, okay, right. Each and every one should will save. Look, the basic things of cricket. Everybody, 9 or 10 fielder, they say we're going to save 1 or 2 runs every over. Look at the number of runs you can save. You can calculate it like this also, but that passion has to be there when you're fielding. And there is only one girl which I see, who's a very good fielder, Jemima Rodriguez.
Roderick.
She has the passion. She has, she always, encourages the players. That sort of thing you require, today to win such a big final. And Australia is a very, very strong team because their batting is long, their bowlers are doing quite well, and at the same time their fielder is top class, top class. I mean, and I saw one, I don't know the name, but he threw the ball from the boundary to the wicketkeeper hand. That's call of fielding, and that's call of fielding, and that's you stop each and every run to win the World Cup.
Absolutely. I think the combination, do you agree that the combination of coach and fielding coach, Amul Muzumdar and Manish Bali, they're a little soft as compared to the coaches of your time, sir? You guys would come out heavily.
No, it's not a soft sort of thing. It's doing the job. It's not soft, that is making them realize. Look, this is the final game. This is the history you're going to create. And these are you don't have to put a pressure, but you do in a way you can tell them. There is no excuse. They've been there. They've been there for the last 3-4 years, and they know each other well. And why they're dropping so many catches is their own fault. That's not on in such a big final. So these are the things which they should sort it out. And the coach and the fielding coach, they have to combine. They have to encourage. I'm never believe in my life to discuss the player. You encourage the player. Never mind. We can go for it. One single catch can turn the round. Even run out can turn around the match. For you.
Well,
in your favor.
We're talking about Mr. Madan Lal and 1983. One catch got us the World Cup. Surya Kumar Yadav's catch got us the World Cup.
Yeah,
But the good part here,
you see that. You can always analyze that, and you get the breakthrough.
absolutely. Breakthrough is very important. Again, the good part for India is that Smriti Mandhana in 7 matches has scored 365 runs with an average of 60 and a strike rate of 100. Sir, in a 50-over match, Mr. Madanlal, do you think this becomes the highlight, the talking point? You have Smriti Mandhana on one end, and you have the other opener. This time it's Shefali Verma, who makes a comeback because Pratika Rawal is nursing an injury. But Pratika also scored 308 runs with an average of 51, with the best being 122 against Sri Lanka. What are your views? Indian top 4 batters contribute 80% of the runs, sir?
Oh, definitely, if they're going to win, the number, you're playing as a batsman, you have to get runs. And number 5-6 till the 5-6. Look at yesterday. I'm given. I hope they were watching the game yesterday. And Laura, he scored 100. After that, she never looked back. The shot which he played after 100. Look at the score. Went to 320. One like Smriti Madana has to stay there till the 45 over. 40, never mind, you get a single, you get a double, you get gets all these runs, but you have to make sure that you play with the other players, batters, so they can pile up the runs, you can move the scoreboard. But one batter has to be there all the time, because we know Smriti Madana can play the shots, but the thing is, you don't have to be in a panic. Even 1 or 2 over, nothing, not going to make any difference. Yesterday, 10 over, 58 runs, good score. Even a power play, that's good things. But that planning you have to do it. That if it's a big game with against Australia, but you never have to take that sort of pressure. You crumble. Just relax, deep breathing, and enjoy the game.
Well,
and
absolutely.
focus the game.
And absolutely, it's a big semi-final. Smriti Mandhana against Australia and ODIs in India. She's had 9 innings and she scored 574 runs at an average of 63 with a strike rate of 122. Sir, just explain our viewers in a basic term. For a 50-over match, the strike rate, if the strike rate is above 100, is it exceptional or is it just at par? Because in T20 it can be different, and in women's cricket 50-over game, a strike rate of 122. Can you help us explain to the fans how important that is? Well, we seem to have lost Mr. Madanlal. We wanted to get his views on Smriti Mandhana's 122 strike rate. In the 9 matches she's batted, she scored over 100 and over 600 runs. But that is where the India's strength is. Of course, moving on to the other part, we also have Richa Ghosh, who scored 175 runs in the entire tournament with one of the centuries that has really been the highlight of the tournament. In fact, she's one of the top 6 hitters in the list of the ICC Women's World Cup this time. We move on to the other highlight. Again, the bowling department here seems to be a little too less. When we look at Deepti Sharma, she's had 7 matches, 15 wickets, with an economy of 4.56. She's been our best bowler. Again, Sri Charani, again, 7 matches, 11 wickets with a 4.91. Again, India's batting could be strong, but the bowling in the first power play and in the death over has been a little bit of a problem. So if I could hear Mr. Madan Lal, if he's back with us, maybe we can have him his views on the bowling part as well. Well, I'd like to get my colleague here at this point of time. Also, we are talking about, we'll have to slip into a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about the other part, how Australia is taking an important dominant role in this World Cup, and how India can break their shackles. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a short commercial break.
Since its inauguration in 2018,